This NFL Picks Week 14 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hi, this is Merrill Hodge, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Cox.
One of those guys who will get penetration.
Over.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
My God, week 14, Sean.
Yes, we're here.
My God.
Now I feel like it's appropriate to say, where is the time gone?
It is. I mean, it's been wasted talking about how Mike Vrabel is the best coach in the NFL and Drake May is the MVP.
Ryan, that's a lot of. There's a lot of. I'm picking up on a lot of saltiness.
No, not at all. I think Vrabel's pulled the wool over a lot of eyes.
Wow, really?
I just, reflecting on the season that has been the Ben Johnson versus Mike Vrabel debate.
So if you had to give out Coach of the Year, who are you giving it to?
It's easy to say that Vrabel has affected the culture.
Yeah.
Of winning because it's easy to associate culture with winning, but the Bears are winning because of scheme, like technical improvement, not just of the quarterback taking massive strides forward, and not just because they had a very easy schedule. So that I would say that would be the delta. If it was college football playoff type committee, the Bears are in over the Patriots.
Yeah, I think it's
better losses.
I think it's a fun argument. I mean,
that's my favorite college football argument.
I know.
I got better losses.
I was the idiot. I thought, okay, hey, we have 12 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It'll be easier to decide what 12 teams. They'll decide it on the field.
Well, it's really 9 teams.
I mean, God bless the NFL for 14-team playoffs. We have a very set formula. Doesn't need any changing. And the teams who win the games are the teams who get in the playoff. It's a very simple formula. Yeah, I think you could make a good case for Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel.
Who wins the award right now? Like, they're both the 1 seed.
Yeah, no, I think I would give it to whoever ends up with the 1 seed. If they both end up with the 1 seed, I think in some ways you have to give it to Vrabel because of how bad the previous coach was and how dysfunctional that. And I guess they exceeded my personal expectations way more than the Bears. I thought the Bears were going to be a playoff team. They were 7-10 last year, and I thought they had the chance to make a jump up. This is what the Bears are doing. Certainly them being the 1 seed is surprising, but them being a playoff team and looking better offensively and what they've done defensively, and hats off to them. Their ability to adjust off the defensive injuries, certainly commendable. And if Ben Johnson wins Coach of the Year, I'm not gonna get mad, but I still think how bad and low the Pats were.
Yeah, the win total is the ultimate decider, I guess.
So yes.
Better question: which team are you more likely to be invested in next year?
Oh, from a gambling point of view?
No, just from a if we think was it Fugazi or was it real?
Yeah, I mean it's going to be tough. I don't get a sense much as Fugazi about this Pats team. Now, certainly there are ways you can attack them, and it'll be interesting to see how these playoff teams attack them. And you mentioned it; they haven't really played high quality opponents. Now they did go into Buffalo and beat Buffalo. That's certainly a quality win. I would say the Bears so far certainly have had a tougher path. I think what they're doing, and Caleb isn't playing like he's not playing great. He's playing better than he was previously.
To quote the head coach, Ben Johnson.
Yeah, he was
They're
critical.
winning in spite of their passing game.
Yeah, so I think the Pats might be hovering around their ceiling. I don't know if you could say that for the Bears yet, because if Caleb continues to improve and if the passing game really starts firing on all cylinders, then the ceiling is pretty high for this Bears team.
The case for the Patriots is the roster is going to get better.
Yeah.
That was the big case against
And I
him.
thought it would take 2 years for Vrabel. So I think another year in the Vrabel system. Now the problem is the Pats expectations are going to be super high, and for the Bears as well.
I think my issue with Vrabel, especially with the next year analysis or the go forward analysis, is there is an element of high floor, low ceiling with him. I feel maybe it's misappropriated, but he falls in like a Tomlin bucket to me, where you're going to have a very high, rigid floor of effort, defense, and they have Drake May, which helps raise the ceiling. But
he deserves credit for Drake May
a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Indirectly by way of bringing in Josh McDaniels, perhaps. I think Josh McDaniels is going to be flirting with a head coaching job after this year.
Oh no, come on.
No.
Maybe he doesn't want it.
No, I mean you're probably right. If you take Drake May and in year 2 get him up to near MVP, if not MVP status, he certainly will be up for head coaching job.
I mean, Sean,
I'm just saying we've done the McDaniels as a head coach before. Ryan, do you want Josh McDaniels as your head coach?
No, but someone will convince themselves that he made a young quarterback into an MVP candidate.
Yeah, that's a la Brian Dable. Look what Brian Dable
about to be the Penn State head coach
did for Josh Allen, and I could see the Giants now. Maybe they won't because that was the narrative for Dable. But if you're the Giants ownership, hey, Josh McDaniels, look at what he did for Drake May. We want him to do that for Jackson Dart. I don't think it's crazy that he'll be considered for the job.
I think there is a certain level of sensitivity to not making the same mistake, and I think Josh McDaniels will be viewed as the same mistake as Brian Dable. I'm going to be shocked if they hire a sexy offensive mind. I'm standing by that comment.
Okay.
No, not everyone considers Gruden a sexy mind, but
well, Gruden was Ryan. I'm sure you have a bone to pick with Gruden. He was yelling at Jackson to get out of bounds on the clip where he got lit up in the Pats.
I understand it. It's a soccer mom element. He's very attached to Jackson. He sees the potential, and he just. I think he's a little scared. He doesn't realize the grind or how tough he is, and like that hit was like that game. The hitting all taken out of proportion. I mean, that was really the only hit he took. There was an earlier slide hit play, but yeah, he bounced back up. The team rallied around him. All things you want to see.
There you go. Let's see. Well, I got to say a shout out to everyone sending in their Spotify Wrapped. Appreciate that. Super cool. And if you were in, I don't know what the cutoff is, but Spotify had us film a thank you video for some of the top. I don't know what the percenters are, but people have gotten that video. If you check out your Spotify Wrap and you're in the top whatever percent, you get a custom video from Crame Dog and I. So enjoy that if you're a big Spotify person.
We got some serious credit from the youth.
Oh, really?
As represented by my older daughter.
Oh, really?
Well, she's like, so Dad, I'm sure you know about Spotify Wrapped.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, check this out. And she's showing me that she was in the top 0.5% of some artist, some popular artist.
Yeah.
And it was 2,400 minutes of listening to that person's songs. And I go, that's cool. I go, some of our audience that are in the top 1%, they're in the 10 to 12,000 minutes range. And she's like, really?
Yeah. And shout out to
then I go, they even asked us this year to make a video. And she's like, really? Cause apparently artists do the same, the same option for some artists. And she was like, that's not even something all artists get to do. So
look out.
We're basically global celebrities right now.
Listening time on Spotify alone up 105%. So again, shout out to you, the DGens. It's great to hear from everyone. Appreciate everyone hitting us up with 5 stars on Spotify, answering all the questions and comments over on Spotify. And while you're there, toss us 5 stars.
Yes.
Appreciate that for sure.
And apologies, the Spotify will not have video anytime soon. Apologies.
Stay tuned.
There are some stubborn platform folks out there.
Yeah, it's a weird technical thing. It's boring, but yeah.
Well,
video,
it's more
YouTube.
just like the people that are like, I'm not going to fucking YouTube. I'll wait till you put video up on Spotify.
Hopefully sooner rather than later.
I just like I like the staunch commitment to Spotify.
And shout out to Astronaut. This is really cool too, Ryan, as co-owners of the company, seeing people who obviously listen to our show on Spotify, but TCE, NBA Gambling Podcast, Bottom Line Bomb, Steffi Smalls, all the great shows, the Hockey Gambling Podcast, MMA Gambling Podcast, all the great shows we have on our network. Astronaut, check it in. I logged 20,000 hours of SGPN on my Spotify Wrapped. That is MVP level.
Hold on. Do you want? Can we just?
Oh, sorry. He goes. Wait, correction. Minutes.
I was gonna say because as someone who used to write a lot of code, it's like
a little bit.
There are certain numbers that are always going to be stuck in my brain, and I could tell you that there are I think it's 8760 hours in a year. So that would have been. Now, granted, I know a lot of people do the 1.5 speed, so we could probably squeeze maybe 12,000 hours into listening, but that would be, you're not going to sleep. You're just listening to SGPN shows your entire year.
And shout out to Good Boy. I love you, but why don't the Spotify chapters ever line up? Now, Good Boy, don't get Kramer all fired up. This really pisses him off when people complain about the chapters. We do our best. Now, the thing is, the ads you get served depend on your location, et cetera, et cetera. So different people get served different ads, and then that throws off the timing of the chapters.
I would say we
do our best.
3 things. 1, I even tested out not putting them and having the automated ones go in. Same problem.
Yeah.
2, you're exposing yourself for someone that doesn't enjoy the entire album as we created it.
Yes, come on.
And 3, you should be able. I mean, as someone who uses chapters, it's pretty easy to figure out. 15 seconds back, 15 seconds back.
It's not off that much, but appreciate everyone, even the people that complain about the chapters. Hit us up on Spotify Sports Gambling Podcast.
I don't mind anymore. I actually have started enjoying. I've gone back to a process where I actually take the automated spit out and then I manually curate it.
Oh, look at that. Going the extra mile.
Well, there's certain things I feel like need to be done a certain way. So I make sure it gets done. But people can complain. As we say, always fuck you, never thank you.
There's a lot of
the world we live in.
A lot of thank yous.
Some thank yous, more fuck yous.
Axel saying he's digging the Christmas sweater Kramer was rocking. He was hyping it up all week. Let it ride. The Christmas sweater again. Last week, 25% off everything. Promo code holiday. Look at that. Look at that. Sweet. If you're going to one of those ugly Christmas parties, get one of these. And it's not an itchy Christmas sweater. It's actually, and Kramer also has the, can I see your TDs underneath, which the funniest thing about the, can I see your TDs, my aunt who has a cookie business,
I forgot about
asked if she could use that design for her Super Bowl cookies. And I said, yes, Aunt Trisha, you can use.
I love that she asked.
I was very surprised. And she sent some to the studio. They were delicious cookies, helped the Eagles win the Super Bowl. So.
And back to the Astronaut. So 20,000 minutes, Sean. How many minutes do you think are in a year?
Okay. Let's see. 60.
Well, we just talked about it. 8,760.
Yeah. Times 60. That is what? 4 million minutes.
You gotta carry some numbers there. Half a million. 525,000.
Missed the 10.
600. So
20,000. So wait, is that almost? Is he 5% of his life this year has been spent listening to this?
4 to 5% of his. Well, and you got to figure, you got to chop of the 525. You're probably sleeping for a third of that.
Yeah.
So now we're down to like 350.
Okay. Making love, eating. Oh, maybe you listen to the shows while making love and or eating.
And so, yeah, I mean, there's also, let's just chop off another 50K of just stuff you can't be listening to a podcast. So now we have about 300,000 minutes.
Yeah.
He's up to 15% of his usable time on us.
Well, of course, Astronaut, hit us up. Those kind of numbers deserve a gift card. Hit us up over on X at Gambling Podcast. We'll get you hooked up with the gift card if you don't have one already. All right, and people are requesting the Aunt Trisha TDE cookies. I'll see if we can get some. I don't know. I'll talk to her when I'm back east. All right, Kramer, we got.
It almost feels like the kind of thing maybe next year for sign up weekend out at the circuit. We bring a batch.
Yeah, that sounds
maybe
great.
That's the move, and promote your aunt's cookie business that she's about to start.
I don't think she wants more customers. It's like this. Not quite passion project, but she's got like a small customer base. I don't think she wants to have a ton of orders. Like she likes having a few orders.
She's moving a half, like 100,000. Show me your TD cookies.
Yeah, I don't know if she wants the DGens ordering directly from.
Maybe we can get her to do an ASCII art version with the parentheses, the period, and the parentheses.
Yes, I look forward to explaining ASCII art to my aunt. We're picking every NFL game against the spread like we've done since 2011. What do we got up first, Kramer?
Well, I guess if we must talk about the football, nothing else you wanted to clear out from last week? It feels like we did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I anecdotally, and we're about to get to this game, but I have enjoyed the world tailing our Rucci action.
Yes.
Which game number 1. And shout out to Pick Dundee. This is the most artistic the slides have ever been. I can tell. I don't know if he's dealing with maybe White Tiger's not sleeping great and he's just up in the middle of the night. But there is some. I know Colby's not a hallucinogenic guy, but I feel like there's some deep art on the slides this week. Cowboys, Lions, Thursday night, kicking off Week 14 in the National Football League. Both teams on regular rest. As we know, they were on Thanksgiving. One team won, one team lost, and now we have kind of a winner goes home kind of situation. Not quite all the way home, but virtually eliminated from playoff contention with a loss here. The Lions laying 3 at home, -155 on the money line. Cowboys +135, 54.5 is the total. Massive total for a Thursday night game. Not a total guy, but man, does this make me think this is going to be a creepily weird, gross. People struggle to score. You can make arguments that both secondaries leave a lot to be desired. You could make arguments that there should be points. It should be very easy for these teams to score points, but I don't know what this game's going to look like. No Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, there's a chance
he's officially out.
No,
but it seems like it's not trending in the right direction.
Well, it's weird because they need him, but everything I've read suggests he's not going to play.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things because it's not a high ankle sprain, so it's a low ankle sprain. So it's that he could probably play, but is he effective?
He's a tough guy. I like the idea of him, managing the pain.
Yeah.
Taping it up.
We see this all the time where the guys go out there and they're kind of like a decoy where they're not really effective. And yeah, so it's scary. I would obviously stay away from any of his props.
But I think if you're the Lions, you maybe feel like you're okay without him against this secondary unit. I know the Cowboys have played better defense. I don't think it's been about the secondary more than it's been about the front. And so I think there's still going to be opportunities with the way the Lions front should be able to handle business. I do expect to see a lot of heavy formations, even with the Brock Wright down with a trachea injury. And so, yeah, I mean, not going to start taking the Cowboys on a Thursday night on the road.
No.
When their stock is all-time high for the season.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the Lions offensive line, but I mean, this is when, as an impartial handicapper, I would say this is when you sell the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. I know everyone's high on the Cowboys because everyone keeps hitting me up. Oh, Cowboys winning the division, Dak MVP. All Cowboys fans smelling themselves. They beat the Eagles. They beat the Chiefs. This is when it comes crumbling down. The Cowboys can do fine without expectations. Once expectations present themselves, that's when they get in trouble. And I imagine the Cowboys, Ryan, probably a public dog. I think what the Lions have going for them, besides the back against the wall, besides the prime time late night game with plenty of time for the crowd to get fired up for this game. All the numbers. Dan Campbell 14-5 ATS after a loss, 7-1 ATS after losing as a favorite. And I think the public loving the Cowboys. Besides the matchup of I think the Lions offense is going to be able to move the ball on this Cowboys defense. And I think if you listen to the prop show, Dakota Rain Prescott is due for an interception. The price suggests it at -155. So if they can get him to turn the ball over, I think Goff's going to have a good game. You gave out Ryan. Now I know the price has moved. So again, good reason to check out the Thursday night props as we tape them live. Both running backs to get 200 rushing yards. I think it was like 11-1, 12-1 when you first brought it up.
Plus 1120 is what I got.
Yeah, now it's down to 7-1. So, I think this is a good time to fade the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Detroit Lions, Kramer.
Also got the Rucci anytime. So we speculated because it wasn't out at the time, but. Got the Rucci 22-1 anytime in pocket. Rucci 100-1 first touchdown in pocket, Sean. So let's go. Those are fun. I mean, Zylstra going to be out. Brock Wright going to be out. But
what is the Hayden Rucci price now?
20. Well, I secured mine earlier today.
Okay.
It was, and like I said, it was 22-1 on the anytime, 100-1. On the first.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see if it's still there.
Yeah. I'm seeing 25-1.
Really? So even better.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Sorry. Didn't mean to bust your CLV tout, Ryan.
Well, no, I'm not trying to tout. What's the first 100?
100-1. Okay. So yeah, he's going to be a fun.
Actually confirm the price I got.
It is. It's pretty funny because if you look on,
got 22-1. If
you look on certain books, he's still listed as a Dolphin for this game.
Yeah,
they haven't updated the software, but he is a fun. He's the blocking tight end they signed. So we're thinking there could be a nice dart throw in the first touchdown, anytime touchdown market. But give us both the Detroit Lions laying the 3.
Let's hop over to Sunday, where. We are back to the world of 8 early games, Sean, and 3 late games. Of course, we have 4 bye teams this week: the Panthers, the Patriots, the Giants, and the Niners. Niners are going to be an interesting team coming off the bye next week. 8 early games in the window. And by the way, if you didn't see the news, Scott Hansen plans to deploy even more ads to your Red Zone channel.
Hashtag reclaim Red Zone. I've been firing it off left and right. Trying to get people to stand up to that goon, Scott Hansen, shoving commercials. Didn't you remember? It was so nice. Commercial free football.
Yep. 7 hours of it.
Hey, we paid a premium price for a premium product, and part of the appeal was commercial free. Hey, we're paying a decent chunk of change to the National Football League, who gets all our money. And yeah, we'll still sign up for Red Zone, but it's the spirit of it that the old bait and switch. Blood's on your hands, Scott Hansen. Blood's on your hands.
Completely agree. I mean, Disney's got plenty of money with that wrestling going on. The Commanders of Washington head to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, where the Vikings and JJ McCarthy, who soft benching removed after Max Brosner looked like hot ass. One of, if you didn't see, and well, Minnesota -2, -128 on the money line. Washington +108, 41 is the total. Max Brosmer's performance per the Football Hour DVOA, worst performance in the database. With Nate Peterman's half when he had 4 interceptions exists worst in the database.
Yeah, I mean it was bad. I didn't watching it live. It didn't feel historically bad.
The defense completely smothered Seattle, and they won walking away.
That's the thing that got lost in that game. Brosmer's historically bad performance. The Vikings defense showed up. Sam Darnold continued to struggle with the blitz. They did a good job slowing down JSN. They created turnovers on their side, but yeah, when
it was a defensive touchdown,
4 interceptions, you're not going to be able to do much. But the Vikings defense played really well. This game is it's a classic Sophie's choice, right? You're either taking Marcus Mariota and the Redskins on the road after a brutal overtime game where they 160 snaps now going on the road, or you're taking JJ McCarthy.
I'm sorry, who was the quarterback of the Commanders?
Marcus Mariota.
There you go. Jesus Christ, dude. We're not trying to get
people keep asking what his actual pronunciation is, and he says Mariota, or at least that's how I hear it. So Mariota.
Mariota. Mariota. That as long as you say Mario, you'll get it right.
Yeah, Mariota
versus Mario.
Yeah, no, it's
which
just
is tough for me.
He's not Japanese. Mariota.
Ugh.
Now Mariota's.
Well, is Jaden Daniels playing? You don't think he's playing?
No, come on. I mean, they wouldn't be underdogs if Jaden Daniels was playing.
All right, so per sources,
yeah,
he's getting practice reps.
Yeah, he has not been cleared for contact. We're taping this on a Wednesday. Now, the Dan Quinn said they're going to take it right up to Friday. If you're the Redskins, I don't think they're trying to tank. And shout out to them for not tanking. Some teams you see, punting on 4th and 8 on their, when they're down 15 points, clearly not playing to win. The Redskins, to me, are not one of those teams. Like they let it all on the line against the Denver Broncos. But
Nate Sudfeld happened, and you're gonna pony out that take.
Yeah. No, they wanted to get a look at Nate Sudfeld.
Disgusting.
And I stand by it. Now the Redskins, what's the benefit of rushing Jaden Daniels back? I think they will play him the following week once he's 100%. But if it's close, and Marcus Mariota hasn't been playing that bad. This is crazy. Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota have both played exactly 251 snaps. And actually, Marcus Mariota has been more efficient. 19th in EPA per play. You look at Jaden Daniels, 26 in EPA per play. So the advanced, average depth of target, success rate. Marcus Mariota has actually been the more efficient quarterback. Now, certainly, I'm not saying he's a better quarterback, but I don't think there's any rush to bring him back.
Yeah, I guess I don't disagree with that take.
I don't think he's playing.
What do you think the number is saying?
The number is saying he's not playing,
right?
I don't think Jaden Daniels would be a dog to JJ McCarthy.
No.
So I think this would.
It makes it a better bet though. Obviously.
Because we're getting there's a chance.
We can take the points. Like the status of things right now, we can take the points and feel good about a fade of JJ McCarthy, regardless of who the quarterback is.
Yes.
Not to mention they were, but Commanders were running the rock a little bit, which I think if you can do that against Minnesota.
But on the other side, now Mariota's decent against the blitz, but that Brian Flores defense against a tired ass Redskins team on the road could be trouble. And Washington's defense has really struggled. 27th in defensive DVOA. If there ever was, and the line is kind of telling you that Minnesota is the play, right? Because why is JJ McCarthy favored over anyone? I assume Ryan, betting splits wise, everyone is loading up on the Washington Redskins. It's very simple. The JJ McCarthy sucks, thus you have to bet against him.
I'll double check it. I didn't note that this was like a lopsided game. Let me pull it up. To your point of the line not making sense, and that's why. All right, so 65% of the bets, 73% of the handle on the Commanders.
And that's over on DraftKings.
That's on the Green Book, and then over at the Circa, it's basically flipped. So sharps on the Vikings, it seems.
Yes.
This is maybe I'm just blind and just gonna keep rolling out some donkey plays. I don't know how you.
It's Dominic the Donkey.
At minimum, JJ McCarthy's lost confidence of his teammates.
Yeah, and confidence in himself.
At max,
and he's coming back from a concussion supposedly.
At maximum, they're just throwing another underprepared quarterback out to the wolves. I mean, the amount of damage that Kevin O'Connell is doing to his reputation.
Does Kevin O'Connell survive? I think the GM is totally out. And you want to talk about fading, friend of the program, Adam Thielen, who basically requested to get traded to the Vikings. They gave up draft capital, essentially close to a 4th round pick to get him. And now he asked for his release. And they gave it to him
because
then the Steelers signed him.
Yeah, he wasn't getting on the field.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it's a horrible trade by the GM, and just highlights the fact that this Vikings team, if veterans like Adam Thielen are opting out, that is a bad sign.
The analytics nerds loved Kwesi. They love him. He's one of their like people, and it does seem like there's a lot of shakiness. And now you're seeing the reports of maybe the JJ McCarthy draft pick wasn't unanimous. Maybe Kevin O'Connell didn't want JJ McCarthy. Like there's some real revisionist shit starting to come out.
Well, even what they did to submarine JJ McCarthy, leaking out last week that Max Brosmer is more mentally prepared than previous quarterbacks they've had this season. And then he gets his ass kicked, mentally prepared to get his fucking ass kicked. Why would you undermine this young quarterback? And Kevin O'Connell obviously hasn't done a good job preparing him, but the way he's critiquing him in the media, the way they're throwing him to the wolves, the way they're leaking shit against him,
it's getting weird, right?
That's not how you build the confidence.
Super Bowl contender, Sean.
Yeah, I have all those tweets where people are like, "You idiot! He's obviously better than Sam Darnold. They won 14 games with Sam Darnold. They're gonna win 15 with JJ McCarthy." I go, guys. He's also JJ McCarthy. I 100% realize it's looked bad, but this is a very small amount of games in the NFL. There hasn't been much optimism, but we've seen quarterbacks have rough starts and figure it out. The Vikings as a franchise are doing a piss poor job of handling. I cannot lay points with JJ McCarthy. Give me Washington.
Give me Washington. And it does speak to, because the Vikings was like similar to the Falcons, right? The roster's ready. Just need the quarterback. It's going to be easy because the quarterback has all the weapons already, right? Like you have zero excuses. A little bit on the offensive line.
The difference is the Falcons didn't have a quarterback who went 14-3 the year before.
That's true.
Like, they didn't shove him out of the window. They signed Kirk Cousins, which was dumb. Kirk Cousins looked like shit, and they go, well, at least we draft this guy in the top 10. Now he's injured again. He didn't look particularly good. So,
and I'll be honest,
at least in the Falcons' defense, they didn't have a 14-3 quarterback that they shoved out the door.
And I think back to Marcus Mariota quitting on the Falcons, and I wonder the way that all his teammates speak so highly of him. Perhaps it was a Falcons problem.
Yeah, Falcons got a lot cooking.
Yeah, Commanders +2, and I mean, I know this is not. It doesn't need to be said at this point in the show, but this is a great teaser leg. Oh. This is an excellent teaser leg. All right, next up, game number 2 on Sunday. The Miami Dolphins head north in December to take on the New York Football Jets. Jets +3 at home, +130 on the money line. Dolphins -150. 41 is the total. I think Colby used a dolphin having sex with an airplane as the Dolphins logo. YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast. Isn't this just one of the simple handicaps this week? The Aaron Glenn bullshit. They're kind of pulled one out of their ass last week. Tyrod's working it. Justin Fields refusing to be Taysom Hill. I don't know if you saw that story.
No.
Oh, they asked him to play a Taysom Hill like role, and he said no. So that situation, like that ship has sailed. I think Tyrod's the quarterback for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
and this is just a temperature game.
Well, and of course,
and Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback.
Ryan, I have the numbers right in front of me.
Okay, perfect.
0-8 record in games that are 45 degrees or colder. So now maybe I'm fudging maybe it's 40 degrees, but I'm pretty sure it's 45 degrees, and it looks like it's going to be 40 degrees at kickoff. The Miami Dolphins as road favorites in cold weather. I'm never going to be on them. That's insane. And and I mean, come on, it's handicapping 101, but on the other side, Tyrod is a dog. Now, certainly they had a couple breaks, including that muff punt. But and they hit that game winning field goal. They also missed
and
one.
they got the bonus opportunity to like the clock management was piss poor on the other
Raheem
side.
Morris figures out ways to lose.
Piss poor.
But in some ways, the Dolphins and Falcons are kind of similar teams where you have a lot of questions about the quarterback. They have a dynamic running back who will probably still have a massive game. I mean, as someone who I ended up betting the Jets money line day of, I know Kramer was either one of your locks or your dog. And so I was kind of locked into that game. There are moments where the Jets defense where you see a Falcons guy and you don't see any like running with the ball and you don't see any Jets on the screen.
Unbelievably open.
I made a note of that because I go, how the hell can this keep happening?
You can see how Aaron Glenn's defense was not good against mobile quarterbacks.
Yes.
Good thing too is not mobile.
But again, Tyrod is a dog and he's awesome. ATS 37-21 and 4 ATS. 7-0-1 ATS in his last 8 starts. It's just kind of automatic. And the defense has obviously not been great, but I don't think it's fallen off since the Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner trades. I think it's its same mediocre to bottom 10 self. Tyrod is at least getting guys going in the passing game. Donnie Mitchell had 100 yards receiving. We weren't seeing that with Justin Fields. And if you watch that game down in Miami, the Jets were competitive as hell. I think they just turned the ball over a bunch and it was Justin Fields kind of blowing the game. Also, the Jets, number 1 in special teams DVOA. The scary thing is, can the Jets win 2 games in a row? They might find a way to fuck this up and lose 24-23, but I still will take them certainly getting the 3 points. Kramer, I assume you're also taking the Jets here, right?
Also on the Jets. Yeah. I mean, I'd say the numbers probably don't, the numbers back up what you're saying about the defense, but it's because the defense has been like basically bottom 5 all year and it hasn't necessarily gotten worse. Hasn't gotten much better, but they're just still out there. I think the difference is there does seem to be a little bit more effort and energy, whatever was going on with maybe some of those veteran, like implied leaders, getting them off the team maybe helped.
And Aaron Glenn seems to be at least saving his job. I think he gets a second.
Oh, as the news said, he's not going to be judged off of 1 year.
Yeah.
He's going to get a chance to get a quarterback,
which will be interesting. And he got off to such a bad start. It's interesting to see them right the ship somewhat.
Does he bring in a vet or do they draft a quarterback?
I don't know, because it's one of those things. If you're Aaron Glenn, you don't have a very long leash.
No,
but also if you're management, you're going to get a pretty high pick, and you would ideally use that to get a franchise quarterback. Now, the worst thing they could do is pick up Kyler, because Kyler would not do well in the Meadowlands.
I know what's going to happen.
What do you think?
They're going to sign Daniel Jones to a big contract.
No, come on.
That's someone's
going
to do it.
Maybe it does seem like
he's broken leg.
It does seem like he's locked up to get re-signed with the Colts there. Kramer, shout out to we got a new sponsor, Kalshi. That's right, just partnered up with Kalshi, real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. Download the Kalshi app, go to Kalshi.com, use the promo code SGPN. I've been using Kalshi a ton. I'm glad we got this sign up offer. Of course, use the promo code SGPN. New traders get $20 in their accounts, available in all 50 states. So if you're in a state like me and Kramer, California, you're always looking for new options to get involved trading in the sports marketplace. And Kalshi's super fun. It's obviously they got you covered for sports, but also if you want to get crazy, trade on the price of cryptocurrency, political events, whether the stock market's going up or down, you really can do it all. It's pretty awesome here. And again, you get the $20 in your account when you download Kalshi. Use our code. This is great for if you're traveling or if you're in a state where you have limited options. You got to take a sprinkle here on Kalshi. Fire up the app. I'm looking, and they even have. Ryan, they even have first touchdown props as well that you can trade on Kalshi. I know, didn't you mentioned on the prop show Tesla, Ryan?
I think so.
Okay, it's one of your first touchdown plays.
And did I?
Maybe not.
Okay.
But either way, the Tesla price is at plus 1350 over on Kalshi, better than I've seen in a lot of other
You're
places. Right. So get over there, start trading today. Again, available in 50 states. Great way to get in on the action. Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. As always, the Rhythm is gonna betcha. Pick sides, props, totals. They got it all. They've been doing great on the NFL props, especially when to fade the players, take those unders. They're not as fun, but they are certainly profitable. College basketball up and running. And again, 300 schools, unless you're Colby, it's nice to, it's nice to have some analytics on some of these schools you might not know too well, but pairs perfectly with TCE, get them going. And it's good to have the data backing up your gut handicapping. Let's take a look here, Ryan, what Rhythm is liking. Always use Rhythm as part of my handicapping toolkit. Oh, well, we haven't talked about this game, but Rhythm likes the Cincinnati Bengals catching 5.5 points. And of course, you can track your picks for a chance to win $1,000 college or pro. If you get the Rhythm Premium, you can get 25% off with the promo code SGPN 25. That's RITHMM promo code SGPN 25.
You know what it was? It was because the Cowboys are involved in Thursday night. So I had a rare 4 players from one team. Threw me off a little because I was like, I definitely played tight ends. This can't be right.
And Astronaut saying the Kalshi CEO is kind of hot.
Yeah, I was letting you know before the show that she's overtaken Taylor Swift as the youngest self-made female billionaire.
Oh wow.
Which that's an interesting category. I guess just not coming from any sort of family money. Like, where's the classification? Can your family have $10 million?
I guess if they don't
have $5 million.
Taylor Swift's family her dad was like a stockbroker guy. He was doing pretty good for himself.
Yeah, they were living a good life. Not Taylor Swift good.
No. I mean, shout out to her. She's done a good job building her own shit, but it wasn't like she was Jewel and like living out of her car.
What do we think is going to happen with these prediction markets? Do we think it's going to be like DFS, where like things are it's like Wild West for a while, and then there's like a hard right turn and things change?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like they've done a good job staying open. So.
I'm shocked that there hasn't been like a moment where you hear about someone writing a letter to the attorney general, like sponsored by, especially in California, sponsored by a bunch of tribes or whatever. That really hasn't happened at all. So anyway,
I'm optimistic. I like Kalshi.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting hypothetical as, I mean, DFS never went away.
No, it never did.
You're finding this amusing.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
No, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm optimistic about the prediction markets.
It just seems like the last time we had something smashed in, it created a bunch of a bunch of ruffling in the legislative political sector.
Yeah, maybe that comes down the line.
People getting upset that this is, that this isn't fair type stuff. Letters to the attorney. Anyway,
how would it not be fair though?
Oh no, just like when you have companies, certain companies will say like, well, everyone's following suit and just launching their own product, but you would say like, oh, well, I'm gambling company X. I'm following some rules over here. This shouldn't be allowed. I mean, that's what DFS.
The other companies, some of the other sportsbook companies are launching their own.
They're just doing
prediction things as well. So that makes me bullish on the idea of prediction markets.
Yeah, that they wouldn't risk it to dabble in the same. We'll see. Everywhere but Nevada. Got to be careful out there.
No, you can use.
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm sure. Yeah, who knows?
You don't want to cross those people.
You
don't want to cross those people. A lot of space in the desert, Sean. Still radiated too by some of those tests back in the day. Titans, Browns. Before the year, I think a lot of people would have been excited about a Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders matchup here in Cleveland. Shockingly, Sean.
Yeah,
this is not a game that popped up on any sort of like going to be horrendous weather. Still going to be Cleveland. Both teams are bad. The Cleveland defense is the best thing we have going. Although Tennessee has had moments of good defense, especially stopping the run. Not so much last week, but I could see them having success against a Browns team that is decimated on the offensive line and starting a quarterback that loves to take sacks. So With all of that being said, somehow the Browns are laying 4 points, minus 200 on the money line. Tennessee plus 175, 34-point preseason like total.
It is comically low.
There's a couple principles here at play. One, it's just very difficult to me to lay points with the Cleveland Browns. We had this same conversation last week, kind of, although they were catching a short number.
Yeah.
Against a much better football team in the San Francisco 49ers. I just don't think, whatever you think about this Titans team, and I think they're horrible.
Yeah.
And I've mostly bet against them.
Yeah. I made the mistake, and shout out to the listener who called in the pregame show and reminded me that taking the Titans was cute.
He had to call you out.
Yeah. And he did. And I appreciate the accountability from the listeners. There's no way I'm taking the Tennessee Titans because there's a guy called Myles Garrett on the Cleveland Browns. The Tennessee Titans do not have anyone like that. And yeah, they have some injuries on the offensive line, but this to me feels like it's going to be Browns Dolphins from a few weeks back, where it's going to be somewhat of an ugly game, but the Cleveland Browns are able to get Judkins going. They actually did a decent job on Christian McCaffrey. The difference was, that muff punt, the horrible 4th and 1 that Stefanski went for on his own 30. It was a horrible play call and a horrible decision to go for it. I mean, the game was 10-8. Like, what are you doing? What the game script there did not warrant it. I could see it.
2-time coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, he's not helping himself. Again, some of it's the talent, but they're not playing the 49ers. They're playing the fucking Tennessee Titans. So the Browns, I do think, are going to roll. And by roll, I mean 17-7. So give me the Cleveland Browns laying the 4 points at home. The Browns actually have a competitive unit. Now, if Tennessee gets a special teams touchdown, which they've kind of had a knack for, then yeah, they're live. But I can't predict that.
Do we want to talk about the Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders angle? There's tons of tape of just them talking shit to one another. Cam Ward fairly publicly not friends with Shedeur Sanders. I know they don't play against each other. I understand that.
I don't think it matters.
But in terms of the Titans randomly being able to do enough in a 10-7 type game.
No, I don't see.
Give me the Titans plus the points. You're crazy to lay 4 points with Shedeur Sanders.
No, I'm laying it with the Cleveland Browns defense against Cam Ward, who they're going to turn over and create some big opportunities against. And the Titans don't have much of a pass rush, so
we're gonna stay tuned for the prop show where I will be giving out Cam Ward rushing yards in this game.
But why didn't he rush last game?
I'm just telling you, the hero ball is coming out in this game.
I don't know. From
both of them, and I'd rather have Cam Ward hero ball than Shedeur. Although I don't know, I haven't got an apology, so we'll see. We'll see where we're at with Shedeur in a couple of games. Next up, we have Sean, the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers. There was a time where we would say, well, if you're getting more than 3 points, you just take the points. And here we lie with Mike Tomlin on shaky ground. The crowd's booing him, and they're catching 6 points on the road against the Ravens in Baltimore, plus 235 on the money line. Ravens minus 280, 42.5 is the total. If they were not favored, the Ravens would be a close your eyes special. And so I went back and I dug into it best I could. Some of the databases don't go back super far, but we know that the close your eyes special, dogs following a 21-point underperformance of the spread. Strong trend long term. This year it's 8-4 ATS. Long term it's around 64 and change %. If you're favored by 3.5 or more, coming off underperforming the spread by 21 points, you have only covered the spread 44% of the time.
Oh my God.
This is a Ravens team that has not I know they're coming off a bad spot, long rest. You could certainly see a reason why maybe they'd be undervalued, but I don't think they are, because the story and the noise is just as loud in Pittsburgh. Both quarterbacks appear to be banged up, and I'll tell you why I know Lamar's banged up. Because Harbaugh insisted he was not banged up. I don't know if there's something weird going on behind the scenes with Lamar and management again. But if you go, I would encourage everyone to go and watch Harbaugh, who, let's see, this was earlier this week on the 1st. So what was that? Monday? Go watch John Harbaugh's press conference. Oh, I'm sorry. This was the post-game presser. Go watch John Harbaugh when pressed about Lamar Jackson's health. He seems fucking annoyed. So whatever's going, I mean, you've been speculating that he's flat out hurt and the team isn't putting up with some, like, why he's not on the, like, none of it makes sense, right? He's missing practice. They're saying he's fully healthy, plays like shit. Steelers, meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers kind of plays like shit. Team plays like shit. Can't stop the run. Can't do anything really. Tomlin getting fired, backed into a corner. Mike Tomlin.
Steelers haven't completed a downfield pass in 36 days. 0-13, 3 interceptions, last 5 games on 20+ air yard passes. Passing games looked really rough. Now,
good thing they're playing the Ravens.
Yeah, 66% of the Steelers passing yards after catch, which you saw the Bengals be able to do that against the Ravens. I did say when we did the Steelers preview, if there's one person that could mess up the Tomlin streak of winning more games,
our hero
over 500, it would be Aaron Rodgers, who just had his birthday. There was apparently Ben Skowronek brought a decorated cake, so look for him to get involved in the game plan. Man, this is tough because
we keep getting suckered into these juicy Tomlin dog spots.
Yeah, but Harbaugh, he's been good off a loss of 10 or more historically.
Not laying points like this.
Yeah, as an underdog against the Ravens, Tomlin's 13-4-2 ATS.
That feels like we should just stop there.
Well, and normally they do play pretty close games, except recently in Baltimore, they've done a good job of extending the lead. But Lamar is just not right. It doesn't feel like Derrick Henry is right. And I do feel like Ravens have a little extra rest, obviously playing on Thanksgiving night.
It's a weird sandwich spot too, because they have the Bengals game next week as well.
Yeah, but I don't know if this could be a look ahead for them.
I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying it's like it's a brutal stretch. And if there is any truth to Lamar being banged up, do you trust Monken to just hand the ball off 30 times? And which is probably enough to beat this Steelers team. And no, he won't do that.
And I do think Tomlin, if there's any reason to get locked in, and also this is what the Steelers do when they're like 500 or below 500, they win. When they get above their britches, when they're 4-2, then they start losing games 6-4. The losses are coming. This is how they're going to end up 9-8. They're going to win this game. Give me the Steelers +6.
So where was I? Tomlin was asked about his name being floated.
Oh, for Penn State.
For Penn State. Did you see the clip?
I saw the quote. He seemed pretty insulted.
I mean, again, you really can get a lot from certain coaches' body language, like the ones that aren't trying to give nothing.
Yeah,
like Tomlin isn't one of those coaches that says nothing. He's just short. He's short and sweet, and he was. As if someone said, "Hey, are you gonna step down after the year?"
Yeah, no, of course.
What the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah.
I'm working here.
No, he's fired up. I mean, the vibes are bad for both these teams, but in some ways, I think that
I wouldn't lay the points.
That could benefit the Steelers, right? Because there's a chance if we get some 3 and outs from the Ravens, maybe hear a little boo birds. And again, the Steelers were up 7-3 at half. Joey Bosa strip sack lit up Rodgers, and it just unraveled there with the Mason Rudolph interception, etc. And I do think the Steelers respond from setting a franchise record for amount of rush yards given up. I think there's some pride in that franchise. So give me the Steelers +6.
Yeah. So far, I'd say 4 games into the early window, a lot of system plays occurring.
Oh, okay.
Let's fit. In what universe am I laying 6 points with the Ravens?
Well, you're a Ravens guy historically.
Nah, but it's just like, you get certain cards in a poker game. Like you're always playing it the same way. I'm never not playing the Steelers here. It doesn't. It's a tough reality. I just have to deal with it. I'm sure I'll like the money line's going to go so fabulously in a parlay, a round robin. Seattle. I don't know what this is from Colby. Maybe he was. Maybe he accidentally took some of White Tiger's cold medication. Down to Atlanta, where Atlanta's a 7-point home dog. Sean plus 290 on the money line. Seattle minus 350. 45 is the total. Seattle coming off that absolute ass beating. Well, not really. The defense did the ass beating. Now they. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to think about this Falcons team. We're a hit away from Easton Stick. That feels like the handicap.
Yeah,
and it feels like the hit's going to happen. The Seattle defense has been dominant.
Yeah, and they've been
coaching advantage for Seattle is massive.
They've been pretty good defensively. They can. I mean, Kirk Cousins is a statue back there.
Oh my God, he's gonna get hit. Yeah. They are gonna take the ball from him. Yeah, and I'm not even. And Sam Darnold has been fine against most defenses that aren't. I mean, basically, he's looked bad against the teams that know how to play him, and then Brian Flores.
Are we worried about Raheem Morris 7-1 ATS after a loss as a favorite? They got embarrassed by the Jets. Maybe a little pride. I mean, you want to talk about betting splits? Is anyone betting on Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons?
But your team was playing well enough to win that game against New York, and decisions were made that cost the game. Essentially, time management you could point to as the direct thing that cost them the game. I think halftime adjustments have been atrocious. Seattle's been one of the best teams in the league making adjustments. I have no idea how they create the advanced coaching ratings and how they grade adjustments, but the Seattle staff is ranked the highest in their in-game adjustments. Atlanta bottom 27th and whatever, however this metric is created, probably just some guy's opinion. But this seems to me like Seattle, that is a team I'm just going to ride until the postseason. And then I'm going to have then it becomes an actual single game handicap. I saw too much. The Falcons will have some, they'll do some stuff. They're probably a good team to look at for over on the field goals this week for the prop show. But this Seattle defense is playing out of their mind right now.
We getting Drake London back?
I don't think so. Not based on what they keep saying.
Okay.
Now maybe they're being coy, but it's day to day. You take that however you want. Didn't practice on Wednesday. Doesn't seem like he's running on the side, so he's not doing nothing. But it didn't. I didn't hear a ton of confidence in terms when the follow up of is he going to practice tomorrow, Thursday.
And the thing is too, Seattle's pretty good against the running backs. Number 1 in rush defensive DVOA, which makes it tough for them to rely on Bijan.
You can. Let me verify this, but you can. I think you can get away like that. I think the weak spot has been against the running back in the pass game.
Oh,
so
okay.
Which they've been middle of the road. So okay, maybe that's a way that they can be exploited here with Bijan. I just think to me, if you're this elite defensive team and every game you're coming with a game plan to take away the other team's best stuff. What are you doing in this game? Let's assume Drake London plays, but he's like 70%. What are you doing? You're taking Bijan Robinson out of the game. And you're saying, here's how we're going to play this. We're going to take him out of the game, see what else you can do. And they're not going to be able to do anything. They're going to get pressure on Kirk Cousins. This is a pleaser card potential selection.
Yeah. I mean,
Seattle's been great on the road. Strangely, I think this is I think the turf will help the speed of the defense. Their anytime defensive touchdown probably has to be explored, although the price is getting shorter and shorter. We hit it last week.
Yeah, give me Seattle in the 7. I don't want to bet on Kirk Cousins. If you want to do it, that's fine. But I'm a little worried because of how obvious this feels. But I'll
verify. Let's see what the splits say. The splits say we have at DK 26% of the tickets, but 86% of the handle is on the Atlanta Falcons. Let's look over on Circa. Again, it's
Sharps are loving the Falcons.
Yeah, same. It's basically a similar situation. Sharps are on the Falcons.
Yes.
Sharps are on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I don't want to bet on Kirk Cousins.
Write it down in pen, Sean. We're on Seattle laying the points. That you want something to pair with that Washington teaser leg? Well,
no,
look
come on.
right at it.
No. Teasing Washington on the road.
I said I like it on Seattle. I like on the pleaser. So of course I like it on the teaser. Game number 6 in the early window. The Colts head to Jacksonville, where I think they are winless since 2013. So flow chart popping its head up. Colts laying 2 -130 on the money line. Jacksonville +110. 47.5 is the total. I have no idea what's going on with either one of these logos. Colby's got some equestrian thing going on with the Colts and the Jags. Who knows? Sean, so we haven't really done a lot of flowchart work lately, but this is certainly one that we've loved. The Colts just don't do, like, on top of the fact that the Colts are having the slide that we've been calling for weeks. They just don't do well in Jacksonville. So again, I mentioned there's a lot of system plays here, but feels like we're looking at another system play.
No, I mean the Jags have been great against the Colts, especially in. I mean, they've been great against the Colts.
The Colts should not be favored in this game. This is insane.
Daniel Jones still has a broken leg. Why are more people not talking about that?
And there's some story that popped up about him. He got asked about it, but apparently the piece of material that he's wearing to protect his broken leg was made by some nerds from Duke that he was buddies with when he was
I saw that. Now, Jags 14-1 straight up last 15 against the Colts at home. You remember this is one of the games where
say that again.
14-1 straight up at home. I mean, Minshew had a nice win for the Jags against a much better Colts team.
Yes, yeah, so
Carson Wentz blew this game to end his time with. Colts are 1-9 ATS last 10, I think, against Jacksonville. Now maybe that's just at Jacksonville, but
so the 2014 was the last time the Colts went into Jacksonville and won, and they won 44-17. But since then, the Jags have held serve at home, and there's a reason we held strict adherence to the AFC South flow chart for a long time, is because these teams they do what they do. The fact that the Colts are laying points here is insane. It's like they're not watching my Jags crescendo towards the postseason.
Oh, they're gonna get lit up in the playoffs. But
13-4 is still possible, Sean.
Jacoby Myers props kind of interesting. He's been a nice weapon for this
professional
Jags
receiver
team. And no Sauce Gardner. Now I think the Colts caught a break that it wasn't. There was early thoughts that maybe this was an Achilles, just based off the way he reacted.
Not going on IR.
Yeah, so that's certainly huge for the Colts long term, but. This Colts team is kind of spiraling, and how are they laying points on the road? I get it. The Jags are. I mean, you want to talk about turnover worthy throws and Trevor continuing to struggle, but I think this defense without Sauce Gardner, they're going to be able to throw on them. Liam Cohen is. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on why the Jags are winning games, because there's certainly a bunch of aspects where it doesn't look great. And maybe Jonathan Taylor goes off, and this is how the Colts get there. And to his credit, Daniel Jones looked okay with a broken fibula. Like, he made some throws. I just think on the defensive side, this is a tough spot for him. And on the road in Jacksonville, you always got to take the Jags. It's a flowchart game.
It obviously didn't always look like this in New York, but there is an element to him, like him not being able to move around really affects his bottom line. And while he did make some great throws last week, I think he was kind of living on the edge there. And that's not a place you want Daniel Jones. To your point, Sean, Jacksonville's defense is up to top 10 in DVOA. And so that thing that you're seeing, or you're like wondering, like, how is this working? Perhaps it's just the fact that the defense has gotten to a place where they're just they're above average to very good, and on the defensive side of the ball, you just need Trevor to limit the Trevor moments. They're nothing special, but their offense has risen from being a bottom 8 unit to now being in the low teens. And so, yeah, I think the running game also, I think the effect Liam Cohen's having the most in my mind is like the running game is really starting to, the running backs and the running game, you can see the resemblance to what happened in Tampa Bay as the season went on last year. And so again, we're talking a lot about an obvious flowchart spot where Daniel Jones still has his leg is still broken. Sean.
It is.
There was an inadvertent great moment in the Shane Steichen press conference this week.
I like Kino's thoughts here in the chat that Travis Hunter was the distraction.
Interesting. Probably unlikely, but I like the take.
Ryan, do you still think Abdul Carter best guy in the draft at number 3?
I think so. You see, Lawrence Taylor told him that simmer down.
I mean, I would say Jackson Dart has been better than Abdul Carter, but
yeah,
it's interesting.
Abdul Carter's had some amazing pressure numbers. I agree, though. If I'm redrafting the class, it would probably Jackson Dart 1, Abdul Carter 2.
Wow,
yeah.
That is, even though he sleeps through meetings and struggles to get out on the field.
I think the reset. There will be more accountability and everything.
Well, that's part.
If Lawrence Taylor's talking to you, you listen. Bottom line.
Doesn't seem like
Bottom
he's a great listener from what I can tell.
Well, from what I understand, LT is going to take him out on the golf course. They're going to hit the 19th hole together. They're going to work some stuff out. So I'm watching the Shane Steichen press conference to see if there's any chance that Daniel Jones misses the game. No, same thing as last week. They have a plan for him in practice, whatever that means.
Yeah.
So he can play
he's gonna
on his
play.
broken leg. But he was also asked about Anthony Richardson, Sean.
Really? What's
Any
he been up to?
chance he returns this year? Quote, I don't know. We're hopeful for that. Says some more words, blah, blah, blah. He's just resting his eye right now. I mean, we don't mean to laugh.
No,
at a broken orbital bone.
It was just so funny at how it happened with a workout band.
It's an elite.
Pregame.
That's how you soft bench someone. No one asks about a broken orbital bone because you snapped a workout band back in your face and the handle smashed your eye.
All right, give me the Jags +2.
Really?
Yes, I am taking the Jags.
The Jag wagon is fun, isn't it?
No, it's more. I just can't take the Colts laying 2.5 on the road.
Play the Girls Gone Wild music for me.
All right.
Can we make this Can we make this the Jags music for a little? Just because we're dangerously close to my 13-4 preseason prediction.
Dangerously close. They have 4 losses.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They can win out.
They could.
They play the Colts twice. Come on, Sean.
I don't know about in Indy.
Oh, come on. Daniel Jones' leg might be all the way broken by then. Game 7 in the early window. Saints, Bucks, a good old fashioned NFC South rivalry. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Latimer, who of course isn't on the team anymore, or Mike Evans will participate in this one.
He's getting close.
Bucks -8.5, -435 on the money line. Saints +350, 42.5 is the total. I saw Tyler Shuck was asked if he was ever recruited by Lane Kiffin. He was not. A lot of pros being asked about their relationship to Lane Kiffin. Pretty amusing stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan have had their windows opened. They were both limited, I believe. From what I understand, both have a chance to play next week. I don't think either has a chance to play this week. I also don't think they're going to rush him back against the Saints. And so that would be my take there. This is a massive number to be laying with this Bucks team and Baker. Even though the Saints have kind of been trash as well. They've been really trash, even in a way that they weren't in the beginning of the year. I feel like the scrappiness has completely worn off
on the Saints.
Yeah.
Oh no. I mean, Saints have, if anything, more scrappiness with Tyler Shuck to close out back doors. I saw a lot of fight in that Miami game.
I think that was more of a Miami thing than anything else. I don't know if they're
recovering onside kicks. Tyler Shuck getting going with Vele. I don't think you can't lay double digits with this Bucks team. You just can't. And
well, it's 8.5, so it wouldn't be double digits.
Okay, so the odds of you covering this by not winning by double digits is incredibly slim. So you're right. You could win by exactly 9 points.
It's a massive number to lay with Baker in this Bucs team.
And the Saints historically have been a thorn in the side in these spots on the road as big dogs. This is a division game. It's a revenge game. Tyler Shuck, this is the rare time where he's actually seen some of the defense from the team he's playing. And I think the Saints team is just kind of a pain in the ass. Bucks 26 in defensive EPA per play since October. That defense is not right. Baker is not right. Baker is getting by with a bunch of turnover worthy plays. We see this all the time in the NFL, Ryan, late in the season, division dogs coming through, messing up the other team's season, messing up their draft position. I think the Saints hang around here. 8.5. Wait, like, the Bucs offense just is not firing on all cylinders. The Cardinals defense is legit dog shit, and they struggled to put up 20 points at home. And there was penalties and sloppy play, but that's been the same thing for this Bucs team. Like, when have you felt comfortable in a Bucs game laying a massive number? They were getting by, winning close games, but they weren't. They this version of this Bucs team, Baker's still incredibly banged up. He's wearing different shoulder pads from a bygone era.
I do like that.
Yeah, but that just shows you how hurt he is. So I can't lay 8.5 with this Bucs team.
This is a very So yeah, my gambling instinct said you're taking the Saints here, but as I sat down and thought about it more, I'm not as bullish of them coming off of that game last week. I'm not bullish in Tyler Shuck at all. I think they're going to 100% be drafting a quarterback this offseason. And I think this could be a game where we see the Bucs running game get going. And by virtue of that, and the fact that their defense isn't going to be tested terribly by the Saints, this slips into an accidental blowout. So I'm actually going to lay the points with the Bucs.
Wow.
And point out it's a great teaser.
You're super chalky this week, Ryan.
What do you mean?
Oh, you're on all the public plays.
The Saints are the public play in this one.
No one's betting the Saints. Come on.
Not according to the bet splits, but
they're
useful when you need them.
You got to dig deep on those, Ryan.
They're useful when you need them.
Give me the Saints plus 8.5.
All right, touche. I will be on the Bucs, and again, Seattle and Tampa Bay into a teaser situation. That's and Jags. My God, there's so many good teaser legs this week, Sean. God bless all the great shows out there that cover all the teaser angles, so we don't have to. Bengals, Bills, probably game of the early window. Last one, game 8. God's eye will be fully loaded, Sean. Maybe we'll have to pull out the teardrop so we can keep Scott Hansen on the main TV. Bills laying 5.5 minus 270 on the money line. Bengals plus 230. 53.5 is the total. Spread falls clearly in the we're pretty sure the Bills are a lot better than this team, but we're not really sure after that Bengals game last week. I don't know what's more likely: the Bengals get hot, or the Bills kind of settle the ship, crescendo a little bit into the playoffs, and starting with a game where they look very good on offense against a bad defense. I'm very hesitant to when I rewatched the Bengals game, I just couldn't help but think how much of this is the Ravens offense or Lamar's injury or whatever, and how much of this is that their defense randomly got better because Joe Burrow came back.
Yeah, well,
Trey Hendrickson ain't coming out that tunnel.
Yeah, but the defense is playing better. They're getting pressure. Their defense played pretty well against the Pats at home. They got a defensive touchdown. I thought played pretty well relative to how bad they were playing previously. Like, this is
a Drake May overthrow, interception return, a little bit of pressure. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that's enough against this Buffalo Bills team.
Yeah, no, give me Joe Burrow all day here. I think, I get it, but the Bengals are, totally rejuvenated, coming off extra rest here. I know I keep going up against this Bills team, but I'm still a little skeptical. And the Bills were without both their starting tackles, and hats off to them, but that was not the prettiest win against against the Steelers, and certainly they impose their will with James Cook, and that would be a path they would be looking to do here against the Bengals. But I mean, Joe Burrow owns the Buffalo Bills. This guy's insane confidence. Do we think T Higgins plays, Ryan?
I don't know. I'm yes, based on how much time it's been, but these concussion protocol things have been. But I mean, he checked the limited on Wednesday to be back box, so
yeah,
he's on track. All right, yeah, and then as far as the playoff situation, the only thing I would call out, Sean, the Bengals don't. Not that they wouldn't,
and I don't see the Buffalo Bills crescendoing. And also, you've used the word crescendo
twice
a lot now. But this to me, they're not ramping up to great play. It was bad play against the Texans, slightly up against the Steelers.
Last thing I want to work through is like the situational spots of Bills having the Patriots next week.
And to me, the bigger situation spot, Joe Burrow is a dog of 3 points or more. What do you think his ATS record is, Ryan?
He's very good as a dog of over 3.
18-3 ATS. 18-3. I still remember one of those covers was in the Super Bowl when our buddy from Two for the Money was telling me I was crazy to take the Rams or take the Bengals. I go, well, they might win, but Joe Burrow's going to cover. No, come on. What? Stafford's going to throw an interception? I go, yeah, I think he'll throw an interception. I think the Bengals will cover.
Colby Dant, Mike Leach practice story.
Yeah.
I'll throw in the Brandon Lang, Taylor Mathis Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
LA story. If you hang out, those are being served up by me. All right. So yeah, all right. So the last thing I wanted to cook out, the situational spot of Bills have the Patriots on deck, but the Bengals have the Ravens on deck.
Yeah, but the Bengals aren't looking ahead to anything. They need to win every single game, and they had extra time to prepare. I finally I got myself there, but I don't actually think they need to. Like, I think if they lose to the Bills this week, they could still. Sure, they could lose and also cover. This is also the thing. And Dalton Kincaid, do you think he plays, Ryan?
No, and if you he was limited this week or on Wednesday, but it was kind of weird. They brought up that he not only because he was hurt originally with a hamstring, but in his rehab he hurt his knee as well. So
Joey Bosa DNP, that's big for this game.
I didn't get the sense that he's going to be
now. Yeah, he'll probably play, but if he's taken off Wednesday, that could be concerning. And then the offensive line injuries for the Bills. Now, Deion Dawkins, Spencer Brown, they were both limited. They probably play, but to what degree? And this Bengals defense has been able to get a little pressure. So yeah, give me the Bengals plus 5.5.
Yes. Spencer Brown. Yes. Deion Dawkins. I think you need keep an eye on what he's listed at tomorrow. I think he's at risk to miss the game.
Yeah, that could be big. Give me the Bengals plus 5.5. Kramer.
Yeah. Also on the Bengals. I suppose this is probably an obvious money line potential too. So maybe we think about throwing this in the round robin.
Hey, shout out to Novig. If you're looking to get in on the action, Novig has you covered. Promo code SGPN, where you can spend $5, give $50 in bonus Novig funds. Love the Novig app. Great. Used it a ton. Available in a bunch of states. And again, the great thing about Novig, you get the reduced juice of operating on an exchange. You get the nice bonus with the SGPN promo code. Highly recommend me some Novig. Great option. I mean, sharp bettors like Scott Reichel, they're using Novig. You should as well. And of course, we're also brought to you by Underdog. Kramer, let's put together a little Underdog entry. Promo code SGPN. Get you set up, get you ready to rock and roll. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you use our promo code SGPN. What do you like over in the old Pick'em lobby, Ryan, or Champions lobby, depending on your state?
Yeah, who can tell? The difference. I mentioned. Do they have the? I don't really want to play a kicker. Let's go. Who did I say we were going to play the quarterback rushing yards?
Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Okay. What's his rushing yards?
I'm not seeing it.
Okay.
They don't. Oh, here we go. Yeah. You don't want to play that?
Why did he not rush at all? If you can give me a good reason why
10.5 yards.
No. Why? I mean, why did he not run it all last week?
It just didn't happen. I don't have a good reason.
Okay.
We're not talking about last week.
Sure. Well, it's worth noting. I mean, are the
sure
Browns,
last week happened, but we're not talking.
Are the Browns particularly bad at quarterback rushing?
Well, I think two things. One, like I said, I think him versus Shedeur Sanders will be a little bit in his mind, and two, I think when Myles Garrett is blowing up the offensive line, you're going to get out quick.
No, he took a ton of sacks.
All right, do you want to just run back the Daniel Jones under on rushing yards?
Yes. They're offering that again?
Let's see.
And you meant lower, Ryan.
Sorry. They are not offering it.
Damn it.
Cowards.
I mean, I'm fine lower on his passing yards as well. It's gone up.
All right.
Lower. Danny Dimes, 233.5 passing yards. Now, certainly the Jags aren't quite as good as the Texans defense, but if the Colts do have success, it's going to be with Jonathan Taylor. I can't imagine he's going to drop back a ton and carve up this Jags defense.
He also had a fairly good game in terms of like earning all of his potential yards last week.
Yeah. I think everything kind of broke right for him as far as some of those throws. So Daniel Jones lower, 233.5 passing yards. Let's see. So do we think T Higgins plays, Ryan?
I would say, yeah, if I'm grading in or out, pick right now, T Higgins in.
Darren Waller's interesting coming back. I don't know if we want to mess with that
in the cold.
Yeah. He doesn't strike me as a cold weather guy.
Back at the scene of the crime in the Meadowlands.
I mean, Tyrod looked pretty comfortable running the football there, and seemed like he was not afraid to gut down and run.
Well, you got to be careful though, because then he just gets hurt. Like that's the problem with that is he loves to get hurt.
Really?
That's his thing. The scariest thing about backing the Jets is that your Tyrod getting hurt away from
8 for 44 last game, 5 of 19, 3 of 11, 8 for 48, 3 of 21. Feels like he's somewhat of a regular scrambler there. I feel like he could run against this Dolphins team, but all right, you're not feeling it. What's something you do? You are interested in, Ryan?
Let's go to the Seattle Atlanta game.
Okay.
JSN's coming off
Yeah, JSN bounce back game.
We've had success playing targets.
Oh, what's his targets?
Oh my goodness. They're not giving us any of the good stuff. All right. Receptions is 6.5.
Or receiving yards is 91. I mean, he's also a candidate for longest reception, 28.5.
Let's do that.
Okay. JSN longest reception higher, 28.5. Danny Dimes lower, 233.5. $100 entry returns you $300 over on Underdog Fantasy with the promo code SGPN.
All right, let's hop along to the late window, Sean, where they've given us 3 games, and 2 of them are, hopefully we get something here. I don't know what is going on with Colby's choice for the Raiders logo as they host the Broncos. Should see some Broncos fans out at the Circa on Friday night, Sean. 7 p.m. Pacific time, Sports Gambling Podcast live. 1:05 p.m. Pacific on Sunday for this kick. Denver laying 8 minus 420 on the money line. Raiders plus 340. 40 is the total. Raiders bad. Yes. Broncos will have the crowd.
They will.
Don't generally want to lay 8 points with Bo Nix.
This is again rock and hard place.
But Geno Smith against this pass rush, nothing good's going to happen there.
No, and the Raiders offensive line is pretty rough. If they were going to have a 1-game bump of hey, Chip Kelly's not our OC, that's kind of gone out the window.
Yeah, I mean they were. It was like a Make-A-Wish when Greg Olsen led a touchdown drive.
They were ready. They were literally dumping the Gatorade. It
was very. I mean, it comes down to, do we think that is Brock Bowers going to be able to have like a hero game?
Well, the problem is the Broncos play down to their competition. They're 10-2. I was very optimistic about the Broncos preseason. They're living up to it, but their point differential, they don't really blow out bad teams. They let your Giants hang around. They let this Raiders team hang around. I mean, they just don't destroy bad teams as you would expect from a very good team. So it's tough to get excited about laying 8 points. But on the other side, can you really? I mean, why not give Aiden O'Connell a shot at this point?
I mean, it seems like whatever's going on in that building is a little. Again, the stories of, whichever side you want to believe, the fact that it was leaked that Chip Kelly was not running his own offense. Also weird that he was calling plays that weren't in the playbook. Like, everything about it is weird. It's very likely that things are being horribly mismanaged. Shows you that maybe Tom Brady isn't as involved as you thought, or maybe Tom Brady's a bozo. Maybe he
could just not be a good manager.
He's too busy working.
He did
on
seem
his
like
clones.
he talked management out of drafting Shedeur Sanders. So.
Well, I mean, Antonio Pierce more or less said that they were like him and Mark Davis were locked in on drafting Shedeur Sanders, but
Antonio Pierce could be trying to get a job with the Sanders family, right?
Maybe, yeah, no.
Antonio Pierce could use a job.
Also, Antonio Pierce probably doesn't like Tom Brady because Tom Brady part of the reason why Antonio Pierce no longer working for the team. Yeah, and just in general, I would say that. Yeah, I don't know, that first game. Do you think that was more like Sean Payton just doing nothing because they had the Chiefs game on deck?
Yeah, but I mean, remember the game against the Jets? Like they have these games where they should dominate and they just kind of don't. They sit on it. They don't. Yeah,
I think Sean Payton's that arrogant. I think he doesn't use.
Well, he's an NFL coach. They're all.
But I think he's extremely arrogant in that he truly brings like B game plans to certain games because he doesn't want to give away the good shit when he doesn't feel like he needs to. And I think, all the Bo Nix haters, it's these kind of games when he is just making these horrendous. The first Raiders game, he made some of the worst throws you will ever see. Max Crosby's playing elite right now. We were looking at tackles for loss.
But he's also easy. He's kind of easy to game plan around too because they don't have anyone else on the D line.
Yeah, but he's also still finding a way to affect the game. I mean, we were looking at tackles for loss, which crazily JJ Watt all time record is 39. Second place all time is JJ Watt twice at 29. Anyway, Myles Garrett is breathing down that. He's got 28, I believe. But Max Crosby is in the top 10 all time for this season's tackles for loss. Still has 5 games left. I think he has been making enough of an impact. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is one of those. I also thought the game plan from Patrick Graham was solid. So whether it was a little bit of the defense, a little bit of Bo Nix just randomly looking like ass, I'm with you. We'll take the points here.
Oh no, I'm laying it with.
You're laying it with Denver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not betting on this Raiders team. They're horrible.
Oh, got it. Because when we were talking about how it was like they played a tight game, I misread what you were using that to say.
What do you mean?
The previous game.
Oh
they
yeah,
just played.
That was no, I mean Denver is not great at destroying inferior opponents, but I think in this spot,
and then you laid out all these other times where they didn't.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I think they're due to blow out a bad team. This to me it's just a fate of the Raiders. It's not like I'm in love with this Broncos team. It's just a fate of this Raiders team who is god awful, who will struggle to get pressure with Bo Nix, there's nothing more humiliating than not having your own home crowd in your quote unquote home. And I think we're going to see a shit ton of Broncos fans out in Vegas.
Yep.
They're going to be going nuts. And I think they might want a couple style points here. So I actually think this is the rare get up spot for them to blow out an inferior opponent. So
I see.
No, I'm saying historically they haven't been doing that, but I'm not betting money on the Raiders. Like the Raiders, they had a bunch of Raiders fans in SoFi. They turned over Justin Herbert a bunch in the red zone. They injured Justin Herbert and they still lost by 17 points.
It's true. Yeah, I don't know. I just
this is a much worse situation for them.
Yeah, I just watched that last time they played.
Yeah, well, sometimes it changes a little bit game to game.
No, and sometimes it doesn't. We'll see. Bo Nix has a couple more duds this season before the playoffs. Rams, Cardinals, 125 kick here on the West Coast. The Cardinals are catching 8 points. Very similar vibes to the game we just talked about. Plus 325 on the money line. Minus 400 for the Rams. 48 is the total. Rams embarrassed last week, losing to a small, tiny circus freak of a quarterback in Bryce Young. Meanwhile, the Brissett fun offense feels like we're like that ride. Those types of rides usually last like what 3 to 4 games at best.
No, but it's been on a decent run here, Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, it's like the perfect storm of them just playing these volatile games, helping to have partners who will go with them. I mean, was it last week with the Bucks where they like neither team could get in the end zone there for a little while.
Yeah.
They've certainly been able to move the ball. The situational spot is so strong to me with this Rams team coming off a horrible loss. It is a back-to-back road spot, but short flight from Southern California to Arizona.
Yeah.
The Rams coming off the loss to me is the part that makes me believe they could come in here and what you were saying about the Broncos and whooping the ass of the Raiders, like that to me is what's going to happen here with the Rams and the Cardinals.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think the Rams roll here. I mean, this is another flowchart game. Rams historically own the Cardinals. The Rams just got embarrassed. Rams off a loss. And this Cardinals defense, I still don't know how the Bucks only scored 20 points against them. I think that was more an indictment.
Penalties. I mean,
no, I'm saying I think it was more an indictment on the Bucks offense and how I'm not excited to lay massive points with that Bucks offense. On the other side, the Rams, like if it wasn't for the pick six interception in the end zone, they probably would have blew the Cardinals out the Panthers out. And yeah, other than that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? Those were huge plays in that game, but I'm saying like the Rams had no problem moving the ball. I don't think anyone on this Cardinals team can cover Puka or Devontae Adams, and the Rams defense is hurt.
He missed with a hamstring injury.
Okay,
they called it a little bit of soreness.
All right. Either way, I don't think it's going to matter. This secondary for the Cardinals is very exploitable. And again, to me, there was an indictment on the Bucks offense that they weren't able to exploit it at home. McVay 12-4-1 ATS versus Arizona, his most profitable opponent against the spread, coming off a loss. They need to stay tight here in the number 1 seed race. Yeah, I think this is a nice get up spot for the Rams. And that's is that like a fear and loathing type logo for the Rams? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very like Phoenix. The transformation or whatever. We just need a picture of the guy sitting on the mountain. 1 week Colby has to do that for that. A couple other things to note. News earlier in the week, Sean, I'm sure you saw it. They will not be opening the window for Kyler Murray.
Oh wow, it's surprising.
So yeah, we'll see. Maybe
it's
next
funny,
week.
like people record the practices. We can all see that Kyler Murray was fine. They just don't want to play him, and I don't blame them. Because I think playing him is only going to hurt any sort of potential trade value. I don't even know if they end up trading him. I think they're just going to have to end up cutting him. But I think probably Kyler played his last downs here for the Arizona Cardinals. Now we'll see if Jonathan Gannon ends up keeping his job. I think it could go either way. But this feels like the Rams are a good team, and yeah, the Panthers took it to him, but yeah, give me the Rams laying the 8. Kramer, it sounds like you're also doing that.
I'm going to lay the points. If you're going to get a new quarterback next year, they're maybe don't keep Gannon around. That would be the plus EV move, I would say. America's game of the week: Bears, Packers. Packers laying 6.5 minus 280 on the money line. Bears plus 235. 44 is the total. My God. Now, certainly the Packers have the Lions number this year. And I say that because I feel like they have looked good in both times they've played the Lions. And I guess in general, you have to say the Packers have looked good this year, but this is this feels like a game that means a lot more to the Bears. They got a lot of. It feels like just historical skeletons in the closet against the Packers. I also think the random, if you remember before the season when Ben Johnson just talked shit to Matt LaFleur, like they weren't friends or anything. He just talked shit about him because he's in the division now. This is before we realized he has like some weird case of Asperger's. I think this is going to feel like a playoff game. I'm excited for this one. It's just too many points. I don't care what you think about this Bears team, regression, the defense. 6.5 points in a game that like this Bears team has been, if nothing else, they've been competitive. Sure, they're finding ways to win, and maybe that regresses and they eventually start finding ways to lose. But these are still close games, and I think the 6.5 also they're begging people to lay it with the Packers. Yeah, I don't know. This to me
it's
feels
weird. It's weird because I'm super conflicted on this. Eye test tells me how should this Bears team be getting 6.5 points, but then it's like, oh well, you do the too cute gambling. Oh, they just beat the Eagles and they're getting 6.5 points.
They're riding high. Sure.
It's a letdown spot. I mean, if you're betting on the Bears, you're betting on a team where the coach ripped his shirt off post game. That does feel a little bit dumping the Gatorade. But on the other side, the Packers have historically owned kind of the Bears. But I mean, the physicality that the Bears played with feels pretty consistent. Their ability to generate turnovers feels somewhat consistent.
Can I help you make a determination here?
Sure. I mean, the public's all over the Bears.
Yeah, that's fine. Like that.
Sharps love the Packers.
That is predictable. But what I'm just saying, like let's observe the situation. Why is the market trailing so hard on the Bears? What is the case against the Bears? That it's all of these like they're getting by with fugazi stuff that's going to regress, right? And so I just don't. Yeah, I don't necessarily see it as the. It's obviously chalky to take the Bears because they're sitting at the 1 seed. But at the same time, I don't necessarily think the market has adjusted all that much. We're still talking about a team that in week 11, Sean, they were catching 3 points on the road against Minnesota. This is a Chicago. Like, so I would argue that the market is low on the Bears. And so even though people are going to come in and bet it, we're still getting a good price. So yeah, I don't think Bears have fleas.
No, I mean
dogs have fleas.
They definitely are a public dog, and that certainly is scaring me a little bit. But again, I guess I got to go back to my handicapping style. I'm not a guy who looks at the a ton of advanced metrics and all this other shit and cares about betting splits. I mean, it's interesting to discuss, but ultimately, yeah, this Bears team, they're not that bad that they should be laying 6.5. If you're power rating this Bears team. Okay, so you give Green Bay 2 points for home field, maybe, right?
Sure.
What would okay? So I mean, most home fields are now 1.5, 2. It's not the standard 3. So on a neutral, you have the Bears 4.5 points better than the Packers. I'm sorry, I can't get there. I understand the case for it. I like if you go, oh, they're telling you this or that. Like I get that, but.
I was gonna bring up. Yeah, they're just low. Unpredictable has. I mean, they have the Bears at number 18 in the NFL right now in terms of power ratings. Basically, what the market is viewing them as. So, does that seem right? That doesn't that seem extremely low for the Bears to be 18? In the market rankings,
18th team. They're the number 1 seed.
So and the Packers are a team that are generally pretty high. The aggregate rating for them is number 5, and so that to me, whatever you think you're baking into a situation with the public being on a team, I think that completely counterbalances it. And when you look at the way the point spread has opened at 5.5, And even though everyone's betting the Bears, Sean, it's moved out to 6.5, which I know, gambling instincts make you nervous when that happens, but let's take the Bears and not overthink it.
Give me the Bears catching 6.5 points. I mean,
I'm shocked at how much.
When have the Packers done well as a big favorite so far this season?
It's a great question. They pushed against the Giants.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't cover, did they?
No, they pushed. They either pushed or lost.
I'm pulling it up because I know it doesn't feel. Yeah, they're 4-6 as a favorite. So I don't know, especially a favorite of 6.5.
Also, the Jordan Love crowd has been talking a lot of shit. Dick Puncher talking a lot of shit, and so
no, it's a nice win over the.
It could be that also. Could just be I'm back to a position where fuck the Packers.
Yeah, you always hate Jordan Love.
Sunday Night Football: Houston Texans, Kansas City Chiefs. Great logos by Colby as usual. Kansas City laying 3 -180 on the money line, +155 for the Texans. 42 is the total. The curse of them feeding us Kansas City -3. I mean, it's hard to say no. This is a lot like Thursday Night Football to me. Loser leaves town.
Yeah, I mean, you get the Chiefs with extra rest, which is certainly interesting, but yeah, I got to take the Texans here.
Really?
Yeah, give me the Texans
in Kansas City. You're going to under the lights.
Yeah. Oh well,
only laying 3.
Is it the lights?
What do you mean?
Showtime, Mahomes.
Sunday night
you're right.
football,
It's Sunday
baby.
night. I thought it was the afternoon.
I mean, lights will be on.
Yeah, there will be some lights, but I mean, we got to shed a light on the offensive line issues for the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's a problem.
Yeah, missing both tackles, and Josh Simmons, the enigmatic left tackle. He is going to the IR after having surgery on his left wrist. Jawan Taylor, left tricep. Trey Smith, right ankle, and Chris Roland Wallace back are not expected to participate in today's practice. So it sounds like they're going to be missing 3 offensive linemen.
Yes.
Yeah. Against this Houston defense, and Houston's they're not scared of the Chiefs. They're going to make this a game. And yeah, I can't trust Kansas City. They keep looking to flip the switch. I don't think it's happening this year. I know, Ryan, you were high on them winning the division. You're bragging about, they can't believe they gave us such a good price on KC.
Wow.
They might just not have it.
I got kids to feed. You're gonna laugh in my face at lost money.
No, they still have a shot, but
no, they don't.
Even like 2 weeks ago, you're like, it's such a good price.
When they lost to the Broncos, I was shocked.
Yeah.
That was a shocking result.
I was on them versus the Broncos. I was on them against the Cowboys. Eventually, you got to realize the train is going off the cliff. This is the last chance to get off. This Texans defense is very good. I mean, now Will Anderson, Ryan, you're the injury whisperer. What do you make of Will Anderson Jr.? Is he going to play?
Yes.
Okay. That makes me feel pretty good about the Texans. Woody Marks didn't practice today. I think he plays.
He's going to play. I would guess.
I'm sure everyone saw the clip of Andy Reid saying they're going to tickle your tonsils. I don't know if you can tickle the tonsils against this Houston Texans team. Now, certainly there's a world where they win, but the Texans cover or push. If you're betting the Texans, I think you find those 3.5s, and maybe Kalshi has the 3.5. I'll pull that up, but give me the Texans.
I'm 100% taking the Chiefs here. Good luck. CJ Stroud still the quarterback. Davis Mills no longer playing.
You thought he looked bad?
No, I just think, at the end of the day, the cluster injury to the offensive line is worrisome.
Yes.
Mahomes has done well in his career to mitigate those types of things.
3 offensive linemen?
Mahomes.
No, just dealing with replacement offensive line. They've known. They've known for so they've
also gotten their ass kicked. I mean, you look at the Tampa Bay Bucs Super Bowl, the Eagles Super Bowl. If Mahomes doesn't have protection, he gets his ass whooped.
Okay, yeah, but he's also in the regular season done well.
No, I'm just highlighting like defenses with a good front seven
with scheme. they've been able to deal with it.
Yeah, and they do have extra time to prepare. That's certainly,
and they
helpful
would
for
have
them.
known they would be without these linemen. So the guys getting the reps.
Yeah, I think it's time's running out. I think time has run out on this Chiefs team.
You obviously didn't see Andy Reid smile after he said tickle those tonsils. Kansas City -3 for me. Good luck, Sean.
Give me the Texans +3 in Kansas City.
This is also secretly me just rooting for my Jags division tickets. So.
Oh, it's no secret about it.
What do you mean?
You are. Some of us are unbiased handicappers, and some aren't. So
people are not going to like that you said that right before we get to the Philadelphia Eagles heading to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. 5:15 local time here on Monday Night Football. Eagles -2.5, -150 on the money line. Chargers +130. 41 is the total. I believe Sean will be in the building.
Yep.
It looks like there's a Chargers linebacker trying to eat some sort of sad pigeon eagle. I think Colby Colby made some art here. This was give Colby a note that is very offensive. Yeah. So what's the handicap here? I'm sure you must be gutted. Every week we love follow the money on VSiN. Shout out to Mitch and Polly, and they have a regular spot with Vito's son, Sal Palantonio. Sal Pal comes on, of course, Eagles insider, best that's ever done it, the city of Philadelphia, and takes the eggs thrown at offensive coordinator Kevin Petula's house and throws them right at Jalen Hurts. So you must be reeling after hearing those words from the great Sal Palantonio.
No, I don't think Jalen Hurts is playing his best football, but yeah, I mean, again, what is special about Jalen Hurts is he's been criticized. He's faced adversity his entire career, even from me when they drafted him. I was critical of the decision. I think a lot of Eagles fans were. Why are we wasting a second round pick on this guy? This stuff fuels him in the same way it fueled him in college, dealing with the benchings, coming back, dealing with the benching, and then leaving to Oklahoma and figuring out a way to succeed, dealing with the failure of not winning the Super Bowl in 2022, dealing with the season getting derailed in 2023. No one was high on the Eagles coming into 2024. They had lost all those games in a row. The fire Nick Sirianni, everyone's saying bench Jalen Hurts. And what does he do? He goes on and win the Super Bowl. I think I think he's deserved some criticism. He's missing some throws. He's not seeing the field particularly well, but this is when we see Jalen Hurts succeed. We saw this almost in a similar spot going into the Vikings game after the Giants loss on a weekday game where it was a bottoming out of the season. And then they go on the road in a dome against a team that they can really move the ball against. And I think that's the case here. And I think they will have some success throwing and running the football against this Chargers defense, which I don't think is particularly rated super well. Now the injuries on the offensive line, Lane Johnson still out. Optimistic he comes back the following week. Maybe Khalil Mack gets some sacks. I would like to see, either the design QB run or Jalen Hurts deciding to scramble more. I think that's a nice part of their offense that they're missing. Would be great if Saquon busts some plays here a little bit, but I think the offense comes out and has a pretty good game. Why I like the Eagles here in this game is on the other side of the field. This Eagles defense got their ass kicked, and they've had a nice extra long week to discuss it, prepare it. Vic Fangio looks locked in. A lot of comments coming out from the defensive line. And that Eagles defensive line against the Chargers offensive line, which is really banged up, and you're dealing with Justin Herbert, who I do think will play with a broken hand. Now, granted, it's on his non-throwing hand, but you saw him in that game. I think that's going to be tough against the defensive line that I think will get a ton of pressure on Justin Herbert, especially if they know, hey, what they're dealing with, that they're going to have to take all the plays out of shotgun. I think Vic Fangio is going to have a nice scheme up for them. Love the Eagles coming off the back-to-back losses. Be very surprised if they lost 3 games in a row. And I think the Eagles, as long as I've been out here in LA, when they come to LA, they win, whether it's the Chargers, the Rams, They show up big. This will feel like a home game. Fly Eagles fly, get the win and the cover. Give me the Eagles laying the 2.5 run.
You mentioned that you'd like to see some more designed runs from Jalen Hurts. What do you take of the rumors that surfaced that Jalen Hurts himself went to the team and said he wanted to run less?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's probably bullshit, but yeah, I mean, who knows? If he's saying he wants to, I would say they should run more regardless.
Because Petula was on the mic today.
Yes.
And he talked about it. And so he brought up designed runs. And so
yeah, maybe they will call some more designed runs.
He brings them up, but then he talks about them as if like you kind of have to be careful with those. You don't want to run too many. Yeah,
I mean, there is, I think, and I agree with that. Like, he's a Super Bowl MVP. You don't want him taking a ton of shots. I think if you want to stay in the league, you have to limit the amount of shots your quarterback takes. That being said, you still want the value that you get from scrambling and design runs.
Yeah,
so it's,
if he's elite, it's because of that. And I guess that would be the counter. You can't take the best part of your game out of your game.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the best part of Jalen Hurts' game is coming up in big spots. And I think you're going to see it here on Monday Night Football, because yes, he's good at the running, but we've also seen him have a lot of success throwing the football. And yeah, he has his flaws, but I mean, the biggest accomplishment and best asset of Jalen Hurts is that the guy's a fucking dog, and I'm optimistic he's going to figure it out. But really, again, this to me, obviously there's a lot of questions on the offense and their struggles, and whoever egged Kevin Petullo's house, you're about to get a knock from Big Dom on your door. You're about to fuck around and find out, Big Dom style. So, and
is the team going to war with the fans?
Is the team going to war with the fans? What do you mean by
Petullo
that?
Said they crossed the line.
Oh, the fans that egged his house, they're going to war with. Yeah, and Big Dom's going to fuck those guys up.
I saw Sirianni yelling at fans on the sideline.
When was that?
Last week. The offensive coordinators telling the fans they crossed the line. It just seems like the city of Philadelphia and the Eagles could be at a crossroads here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a broken record. We've had this same conversation all through the 2024 season, through this season. I mean, is it not the same thing? Oh, they're a diva. He's reading the book on the sideline. Fire Sirianni. I mean, that was the entire dialogue through the 2024 regular season was, it's going to unravel like 2023. Sirianni sucks. Get Hurts out of there. And then they go and win the fucking Super Bowl. So, I mean, if you think it's going that way, God bless you. I don't see it.
I always feel like I've done a good job digging into what's going on in the Phillies circle. And then CJ comes into the office on Thursday and I'll get the full download. Cause he's not a true believer like you. So I get,
no, he was out on Hurts even after the Super Bowl. So I don't know what to tell you. Some people, winning a Super Bowl MVP means a lot to me. And I seen Jalen Hurts show up in big games. What gets annoying to me about the criticism of Jalen Hurts is they criticize him now when the offense and the team is struggling, which I think is fair and warranted. But then they give him zero praise for winning the Super Bowl, zero praise for Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni going on an incredible win-loss run. That to me is where you lose.
Well, they got the Super Bowl trophy.
What do you mean?
That's what you get when you win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah, they got the trophy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean what else do you need?
Some fucking respect. I mean, Nick Sirianni
is the trophy.
Nick Sirianni is on a historic run. Win-loss. You're gonna say wins aren't a coaching stat? Wins aren't a coaching stat. Oh, it's all Howie Roseman and all the coordinators. Is Kellen Moore? Are they lighting it up on fire? Shane Steichen. Look, I mean, that guy might be looking for a job. Jonathan Gannon. Those are your heroes. Those are the keys to all the success. And it was all Saquon. It was all Saquon. Saquon didn't do shit in the Super Bowl. I like Saquon. He had a great season last year. He hasn't done jack shit this year, and they're still 8-4. So the idea that the head coach and quarterback deserve none of the success for this incredible run of Eagles football. I'm what, 41, 42 years old. This is the best run of Eagles football. So I'm not going to sit here and let you talk all this fucking shit about Jalen Hurts, a guy who all he does is work his ass off and win fucking games. And you want to talk about accountability? You want to talk about battling through adversity? Jalen Hurts is your guy. Is Jalen Hurts up there throwing his receivers under the bus? Like Aaron Rodgers. Oh, he was supposed to, I checked 2 and out and he went in. I'm sure he's sick about it. No, he's not a bitch like that. He said, I fucked up. You can watch it on the Hard Knocks. I fucked up. And you know, he's damn well working his ass off, getting ready for Monday Night Football and going to dominate in front of a home crowd in Los Angeles.
But he doesn't want to run as much.
Yeah, I mean, you can read your TMZ rags and bullshit. I know that Jalen Hurts will come up when it's needed.
This is all sourced from Philadelphia sources.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're just calling the Philly beat rags. Sean, we learned
the same guy. It's the same, the same kind of chatter. These guys, if you write gossipy shit about the Eagles, people will click on it. We have a rabid fan base. We aren't the Chargers. The Chargers are super happy. Hey, we got destroyed by the Jags. Was anyone writing anything bad about Justin Herbert? He threw for 81 yards. No, it's all, hey, Herbie's great.
Omarion Hampton sounds like he'll be back. And Sean, we learned a long time ago, you take the 2.5, you don't lay in it. So give me the Chargers.
Wow.
Great teaser leg. Here's what I'll say.
Handicap.
Where I think you're wrong.
Okay.
I think that the reason that this team is playing well, and you've addressed this a bunch, is the fact that the defense has played at extremely elite levels.
Yes.
And when they don't show up, they lose.
So what makes you think they're not going to show up against the Chargers?
Oh, I think it's a good matchup. I'll be intrigued to see what happens here. I think what happened.
You don't like the Eagles D line against this Chargers O line.
I think I think that I trust Harbaugh and Roman to look at what happened last week and attempt with the return of Omarion Hampton, mimic a bully ball, run the ball down their throat, work the play action off of that. And I think that there's a chance that they could have some success with that. I think
there's always a chance.
Gadsden is going to be an interesting piece this week.
Wouldn't bet on it.
Well, yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
I'm just explaining to you
what happened to the Chargers
got pushed
in
around last week.
Yeah, no, that was the outlier defensively. Other than that, the defense has played and they got pushed around against the Giants. But for the most part, they've done the pushing for the most part.
I'm just saying that is an indictment on your head coach and quarterback. If you want to answer that question, I think that the defense has been the defensive performance has been more correlated to their wins and losses this year. And I think that's going to continue. And I think
but then you would, if you believe that to be true, I think this is a very good matchup for the defense.
Okay. Yeah, I think I think the Eagles have lost the shine to where they should be laying points here. I understand they're going to have a good fan base in the building.
Yeah, home game.
But I'm still taking the points with the Chargers. I do think the Chargers are going to be able to establish the run a little bit, and I mean, the Eagles still have had a problem defending the other receivers, and I think the thing with the Chargers is they have some other receivers. They have a little bit of depth there. So, like I said, whether it's Gadsden, maybe Quentin John, I don't know which guy it will end up being, but there will be opportunities, and I trust Harbaugh and Roman to have to have a good game plan. And if you looked at the way Harbaugh was smiling, I think Herbert is more than okay. Not going to be affected at all by whatever hand surgery he had. Take the 2.5.
You have two separate handicaps based on coaches' smiles.
What do you mean?
No, you had that angle before.
That's why you got to watch the press conferences. You got to read between the lines. Okay. Harbaugh lets you know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think having a giant pad on your hand will impact your performance at all?
No.
Okay.
I really don't. I don't think.
No, I think it'll.
I don't think Herbert will be affected at all by the injury.
I think it will impact his ability to get tackled and keep the ball. Would be my take.
Oh yeah, maybe if he's holding it in that hand.
No, but you hold the ball with two hands.
I understand. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying if you're back there and the Eagles defensive line is getting to him, I think having a broken hand will impact your ability to retain possession of the football.
Okay, so you like him to fumble?
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
Okay.
and that's why I like the Eagles to win. Got to get some turnovers.
Good luck.
Thank you. Doesn't sound like you're actually wishing me good luck.
No, not at all.
Oh, come on, Ryan.
What? The team's falling apart. I don't know. You're riding down with the Titanic.
I mean, didn't we had this team falling apart thing after they lost to the Giants, right?
Sure.
Zach Bond lost his soul.
And then they popped up a little bit, and then now they're falling apart again.
Yeah, but do we had the same conversation in 2024 multiple times?
Well, yeah, but right now this team is going in the wrong direction.
Okay, but they've shown an ability to turn it around. You would agree with to that at least.
I don't have data on teams rebounding off of their offensive coordinator's house getting egged.
Yeah, well, you're about to see it.
Seems like rock bottom.
Time for locks, bonus locks, dogs, and teases. Of course, Kramer. What do you got?
Oh, so you'd like me to go first? More than happy to do that.
Sure, I'll go first. Give me the
okay.
Jags +2.
Oh, you wanted to go first so you can steal my Jags lock.
No, I mean you were doing that weird move. You're like, oh, you're forcing me to go first, so I'll happily hop in here. Cincinnati +5.5. Lock it up.
That feels dangerous.
Joe Burrow as a dog.
No, I like it as well. It's like one of those games where I think wide range outcomes.
Lock number 3, Eagles laying the 2.5. And then
you're going to show them.
What do you mean?
No, you're taking the Eagles to prove a point now.
No, I've
you went on your rant and now you're following up with an Eagles lock.
I've locked up. How many times have I locked up the Eagles this year? Not many, and when I have, it's been pretty good.
I know it feels like I
got a good pulse on this.
Blacks come up a couple time on roulette, and you're tripling the bet down on red.
What do you mean? That would imply I've locked him up a bunch this season, which I haven't.
No, I'm just saying this situation feels like a little bit of a martingale.
Okay. And for my money line dog, Bears are interesting, but I'll go. I kind of want to take the Saints. Yeah, give me the Saints +350 on the money line.
They've been close.
I mean this Bucs team is a little off. For my tease, give me the Rams down to -2.
Great tease.
Thank you. Give me the Bears +12.5.
I'm not going to say great tease to that.
And last but not least, kind of want to tease the Jets up. Probably don't. Yeah, give me the Jets +9. Kramer, what do you got?
Lock. Jets +3.
Yeah, I do like the Jets.
Lock. Jags +2.
Oh, you're copying my Jags lock.
Get off the wagon. Lock number 3. Seattle -7.
Okay.
We're just riding this wagon. It's going to be like A&M in college football. Dog. Give me the Titans +175.
Okay.
Tease. Dog. Give me the Bucks down to 2.5. Give me the Rams down to 2. Give me the Commanders +8.
Okay.
8 points against JJ McCarthy.
That does feel like a lot. It'd be better if you could have 9 points against 9.
That was really bad for them to release that. These social media. Here's what I would say. Like, just some advice. The social media team can't have a process that involves no approval. Like, someone needed to step in there and be like, no. This is a football team. This isn't a theater club.
All right. So I think we agree on so Jets +3, which was close to locking or money line dog for me. I went big dogs with the Saints. Jags +2 for our circa millions.
Yeah, I think we should also get the Bengals. I'm good with the Bengals.
Bengals +5.5.
After that, I mean,
Both agree on Seattle.
yeah, throw Seattle in there.
Okay. What's our what's another one we both agree
Bears.
on? Bears? All right. Yeah, fuck it.
I should almost the Bears is basically a lock for me as well.
Very lock worthy.
Yeah.
All right. So officially our Circa Million card. Jets +3, Jags +2, Bengals +5.5, Seattle -7, Chicago Bears +6.5. And of course, promo code HOLIDAY, 25% off everything. The sale ends this week. So get in there and appreciate, again, everyone, the Spotify Wrap. You guys are awesome. Smash the subscribe over there. Toss us 5 stars. Answering all your questions and comments over on Spotify. Kramer, what's our schedule look like tomorrow?
A little bit different. Props at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, and college basketball after that. So same with the podcast feed. So props episode will come out first this week. College basketball will come out later on Thursday night.
Nice. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Kramer, do you have a song set up for us?
I do. Yeah. Play. Well, you want to give me a second. All right.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the Money Green. He's Ryan.
Good luck this weekend, except for on Monday Night Football.
Kramer, let it ride.
I want better fucking execution.
I'm wet. I'm wet.
Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. I bet my last time and I'm waiting with dread. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. I bet the money line on my parlay card. The odds are fine, they made a first down. My team is trying to go downtown. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. My bookie has chased me around the block. Bill collectors are calling me round the clock. I gamble all night, my eyes are red. The dice are all right, I got poker in my head. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. The time is running down, let's make a first down. I need some luck to make a buck. Oh Lord, we're a point behind, let's come from behind. Let's go ahead and give me a touchdown. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. It's 4th down, the goal line is just ahead. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. Oh Lord, thank you so much, my rent is paid. Oh Lord, I love you so much, we covered the point spread. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread.